What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Tony Mo from Pixabyte, and today we're going to be taking an early look at Project Temporality, a third-person puzzle action adventure game developed by Frost Games. Now what you guys are seeing here is a early build of the game. It's not finished yet. The team is planning to try and release it by the end of Q3 of this year, or the beginning of Q4, so we may see it sometime in the holiday. And you're actually going to see 2 levels today that are exclusive to what we've been able to show off here at Pixabyte. Frost Games has given us a total of 4 exclusive levels that are going to be available when the game releases on Steam. So that's another thing I want to mention. It's also available on Steam Greenlight. Go ahead, greenlight the game if you like what you see here. We'll have tons of links in the description below. Go check them all out. Their IndieDP, their YouTube page. If you like these guys, please be sure to support them. So let's go ahead and start to walk into the first puzzle area here. Now this game has a sort of sci-fi dystopian theme to it. Basically, the story goes that the humanity has created a livable, a sort of a habitat from Jupiter's moons by igniting Jupiter and creating a sun out of it, then allowing the moons to become habitable. That's pretty crazy. I really like that concept in like sort of a sci-fi story. I don't think I've ever heard of that like concept being done before in a story in sci-fi. I like that quite a bit about this game. Right off the bat, that kind of pulled me in and was like, that's a cool freaking story, man. You'll actually get to see outside the windows there it is. There's Jupiter on fire, and we are actually on a mobile research station that is located somewhere in the rings around the area of Jupiter and around its moons. But let's go ahead and sort of hop into our very first puzzle here inside of Project Temporality. Now, one thing that I want to go ahead and point out, it probably will be fixed by the time the game comes out, but I hope them watching this video will realize that they need to fix a little bit. I have my mouse sensitivity set to 100. It takes about 4 really big turns for me to get my mouse all the way around, and it's nothing annoying, but it's nothing, too game breaking, but it is kind of an annoyance inside some of the tight corridors that this game offers. But yeah, that's beyond the point. I just wanted to point that out. It is a little quabble I had with it. It made the game a little bit more frustrating than it needs to be early on. But you can see here are 2 buttons. They actually have rotational logos on the top of them, meaning that they're going to rotate some object in the environment. So this one's actually going to rotate this mirror. Now I have done this bit of the puzzle several times actually, so we're going to line that up. And then this is going to rotate the laser, which is blocking that blue key over there, which we need to open that blue sort of portal door there. So we're going to try and get the laser away from that, but at the same time we don't want to block our path to the blue door over here as well. Let's see if we can line it up just right. Oh, did we go too far? Oh, we went too far. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click left mouse button. That's going to sort of bring us into this frozen state, which is going to allow us to rewind time using our implant inside of number 87 here, which is the name of our test subject. So we're going to rewind time. Step it back a bit. Okay, and then we're going to... Oh, did we do it? Did we do it this time? Okay, we should be able to pass under that, over the top of that. We'll find out. Let's grab the blue key here. But that is one of the core elements of this game right here. You have a single timeline that you're going to use to solve you're going to solve all the puzzles, not almost, all of the puzzles inside of this game. So it's really one core mechanic that the team wants you to really dive into and grasp how it works, rather than having a bunch of different mechanics. Like Portal introduced the second Portal. This game doesn't do that. And instead, it slowly introduces you rewind time, and then you can create clones. And now here's that. This is the mechanic you have. Work with it. Figure out how to solve these puzzles using this one mechanic. But let's go ahead and read what he has to say here. We've got to do what we got to do, right? And when we have, we can return to humanity as heroes, all of us, including the fallen ones. Yes, especially the fallen ones. That's when we really can reminisce about and honor all of them. 87, you won't fall, right? Well, considering I was a randomly selected involuntary test subject that was taken out of cryo without any sort of question. They didn't ask me, do you want to do this? There's actually a document I found in the game, a hidden document, that states that a lot of people were taken out of cryo and then never allowed to sign something saying, yeah, I agree to this, and the admiral of the space station pretty much just made some stuff up to make that okay. But let's go ahead and solve this second puzzle here. Quickly, let me explain the HUD to you guys, though. You see on the top left, we actually have our level time, so that's how much time we've spent inside of the level. Rewinding will actually rewind that time as well. One cool thing, rather than having to restart a whole entire puzzle, you can actually rewind time all the way back to the beginning, which I like because that allows you to see your mistakes, sort of come backwards. It makes solving the puzzles a little bit easier and a little bit more interesting. To the top, we have our battery life for our suit here, for our implant. So creating clones inside of time actually drains the battery, so you gotta be careful of that. And then to the right, we have our mini-map, which we can actually zoom in and out with the wheel. And it also will show us different doors and also the location of our different clones. So let's go ahead and click on this button here, which has the arrows. This signifies we're going to be moving something, such as this platform, in that direction. Now that platform is going to get to this direction and it's going to stop. So it looks like we have a green door there. We need to access this green button, which is going to open that door, this green key button. So we're going to have to time this just right. the mirror is going to deflect the laser, but only temporarily. So we're going to want to get on the other side of that laser as quickly as possible and access the button. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Now we've opened that green door, but the problem is we're on the other side of the laser now. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to click left mouse button, and we're going to use A. We're going to rewind time. And it's time to break out the coolest and the main mechanic of Project Temporality. I'm going to rewind a little bit farther. Right there. And we're going to go ahead and hit right mouse button, and boom, there you go. We got ourselves a clone. Now he's going to do exactly what we did, so we can go ahead and make our way through the green door while he gets safely to the other side of that laser, and we stay safely on this side of the laser. And that is the core mechanic here, creating clones and rewinding time. That is the main mechanic inside of Project Temporality. And you're going to be tasked with taking that mechanic and manipulating it to solve various puzzles. Now this puzzle here, I may be solving this, like, oh yeah, it's no big deal, but the fact is, it's a very difficult puzzle. It took me about 2.5 hours to figure it out initially. Okay, now, so we still have more. That's right. Okay, so there's the purple key. That is the purple access door that we now need to reach. So we're going to head in this way. We're going to click the button. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to initiate time freeze again. We're going to rewind. And we're going to... actually, we messed that up a bit. We need to rewind quite a bit now because we need to get on the other side of that laser as well once again, right? So let's go back this way. Rewind. Okay, we're going to... Nope, that's still not far enough. Go back. Alright, let's bring it to right there. Okay, so that clone's going to get ready to go. We're going to have to follow this guy, though, because we need to get on the other side of this laser as well. And our secondary clone over there, he's going to go about and do his business hitting that purple unlock button for us so we can make it through the door here and out of this puzzle. Now, this is puzzle number 8, as I said, and it's probably my favorite puzzle of the puzzles that I was able to solve. Puzzle number 10, the final puzzle, the final exclusive puzzle. No, get back on that button. Oh, we've messed it all up. I think he's actually going to go back again, isn't he? Because I did go back and hit the button, if I'm correct. Oh, yep, there he goes. No, is he going? Come on, go back to the button. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's get through this door quickly. Puzzle number 10, though, has still left me flustered, unable to solve it. Let's go ahead and read what he has to say, though. You know, Earth craves us. Think about what you could do with this technology. Come what may of savagery and totalitarianism. Wow, that's a hard word to say for some reason. Not to mention the risk of further illicit time travels causing our retroactive destruction. A few righteous men and women with the implant can stem any tide. Can you honestly say we are not needed? Okay, right there, that really reveals the core underlying theme that the team wanted to put behind Project Temporality, and that is human greed, and how human greed will inevitably and possibly eventually push us to self-destruction. So what he was saying there is that he believes that a few wise men can control this power that they've created, this implant, that allows us to rewind time and create clones. And I think that's rather ignorant. There's no way. There's always going to be some corrupt person who's going to try and use it to their advantage to gain power to destroy the world in some sick way. Movies and films have shown us that, and so have real life with things like what's going on with Egypt right now as an example. But let's go ahead and hop into level 10 here. Now, one last thing I want to point out before we try puzzle number 10 here is, well, this isn't the prettiest looking game. The lighting effects, though, they are just right. I love how when you're inside of the station here, it feels like you're inside of this mobile station. You see Jupiter on fire outside. It's very serene. The music at times blends perfectly with the moment inside of the game. And it just, you get that cool sci-fi experience. Not to mention the detail put into the levels. Well, again, it's just, look at they didn't have to animate this computer screen here. They didn't have to animate that one. They didn't have to add all these cool wires running through all these different units that I don't know what the hell they do, but it's just great atmosphere. I like the design of the environment. It's very pleasant. It's a fun world to be in. Are you into History 87? And again, the dialogue is fantastic. You heard about Hannibal's crossing of the Alps. They say he lost almost half of his forces. That's 20,000 good men, and most of his elephants too, but he wouldn't give up because great men don't. That's true, great men don't give up. They either die trying or they succeed. So here is puzzle number 10. You guys can watch me, I have not been able to solve this one. I've gotten pretty far through it and just completely messed up, but that, this is really the core of what Project Temporality is. It's an extremely solid puzzle game. I'm completely in love with the mechanic. I love the idea of the single timeline. And if you guys like what you've seen here, be sure to go check out Project Temporality. Support the team on Greenlight. Click those links in the description below. See what this game is. See what the team who's making this game is all about, and go support them if you like what you saw here. But this has been Project Temporality, guys. And for more awesome games like Project Temporality, be sure to subscribe to us here on Pixabyte. Till next time, this has been Tony Mo, and I'll see you guys somewhere on the moons of Jupiter.